Good morning. Michael here, looking again today at Psalms 25, specifically verse 16 through to 19 for the Exposition. This is a psalm which is subtitled, Teach Me Your Paths. Let's read these four verses. Turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. Verse 17. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Bring me out of my distresses. Verse 18. Consider my affliction and my trouble, and forgive all my sins. Verse 19. Consider how many are my foes, and with what violent hatred they hate me. And so we look to the treasure of David for the exposition. Verse 16, which reads, Turn to me and be gracious to me, for I am lonely and afflicted. His own eyes were fixed upon God, but he feared that the Lord had averted his face from him in anger. Oftentimes, unbelief suggests that God has turned his back upon us. If we know that we turn to God, we need not fear that he will turn from us, but may boldly cry, Turn thee unto me. The ground of quarrel is always in ourselves, and when that is removed, there is nothing to prevent our full enjoyment and communion with God. Have mercy upon me. Saints still must stand upon the footing of mercy. Notwithstanding all their experience, they cannot get beyond the publican's prayer. Have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. He was lonely and bowed down. Jesus was in the days of his flesh in just such a condition. None could enter into the secret depths of his sorrows. He trod the winepress alone, and hence he is able to succor in the fullest sense those who tread the solitary path. Christ leads me through no darker rooms than he went through before. He that into God's kingdom comes must enter by this door. Verse 17, which reads, The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Bring me out of my distresses. When trouble penetrates the heart, it is trouble indeed. In the case before us, the heart was swollen with grief, like a lake surcharged with water by enormous floods. This is used as an argument for deliverance, and it is a potent one. When the darkest hour of the night arrives, we may expect the dawn. When the sea is at its lowest ebb, the tide must surely turn. And when our troubles are enlarged to the greatest degree, then we may hopefully pray, O bring thou me out of my distresses. And verse 18, which reads, Consider my affliction and my trouble, and forgive all my sins. Look upon mine affliction and my pain. Note the many trials of the saints. Here we have no less than 6 words, all descriptive of woe: desolate and afflicted, troubles enlarged, distresses, affliction, and pain. But note yet more the submissive and believing spirit of a true saint. All he asks for is, Lord, look upon my evil plight. He does not dictate or even express a complaint. A look from God will content him, and that being granted, he asks no more. Even more noteworthy is the way in which the believer under affliction discovers the true sources of all the mischief and lays the axe at the root of it. Forgive all my sins is the cry of a soul that is more sick of sin than of pain, and would sooner be forgiven than healed. Blessed is this man to whom sin is more unbearable than disease. He shall not be long before the Lord shall both forgive his iniquity and heal his diseases. Men are slow to see the intimate connection between sin and sorrow. A grace-taught heart alone feels it. Verse 19, which reads, Consider how many are my foes, and with what violent hatred they hate me. Consider mine enemies. Watch them, weigh them, check them, defeat them. For they are many. They need the eyes of Argus to watch them, and the arms of Hercules to match them. But the Lord is more than sufficient to defeat them. The devils of hell and the evils of earth are all vanquished when the Lord makes bare his arm. They hate me with cruel hatred. It is the breath of the serpent's seed to hate. Their progenitor was a hater, and they themselves must needs imitate him. No hate so cruel as that which is unreasonable and unjust. A man can forgive one who has injured him, but one whom he has injured he hates implacably. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, is still our Master's words to us. Well, we trust you enjoy the meditation, looking at real life, a real God, a real Savior, a real Deliverer. Michael here declaring yet again then, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be